everyone, and welcome to another edition of my 15 minutes on the Old Folks Boogie 2 channel. I swear I can't remember my own name sometimes. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. Forgot to flip the screen around so I can, again, keep track of what I'm doing here. So today is January 22nd, 2020. It is my 22nd episode of my 1 year commitment to do this for 15 minutes a day every day. That is a commitment, I'm telling you. Anyway, going to the picture of the day, if you'll have noticed in the beginning of the video, I zoomed in on this little tiny house in the distance, little shack, little cabin, whatever that is, because this camera has a crazy 2,000 millimeter zoom or 1,000 millimeter. It's huge. It's got a huge zoom. So if you saw what happened, I had zoomed in on, and then I backed it out until, getting the shot in frame like I wanted it somewhat. And then I paused it and redid the framing a little bit and then moved back. But I just really like this picture. Look at the hillside. You got somebody's tracks, actually. As they walked up to take the picture, you could see how it looks like tracks going back to this cabin somewhere, I guess. I can't really tell. There's fencing and stuff down here. But somebody walked up here to get that picture. And that is pretty amazing. It's a nice shot. I wish I could get places like that and take pictures. Actually, I have. I shouldn't say that. I have taken some pretty good shots of scenery. Most of them gone. I think I've talked about that before. I lost thousands of pictures, hundreds, I don't know, thousands, something. I lost a lot of pictures over the years, and hard drives, failures, and failure to continually back up. So but that's not the topic of tonight anyway. I'm not even sure what the topic of tonight is. Earlier I was thinking about ragging on Pennsylvania again for their marijuana policies regarding medical marijuana. But it's just too easy. It's just too easy of a target. And right now I'm just not angry enough to take them on. So I don't know what to talk about tonight, actually. The news is boring, truthfully, to me. I don't want to watch the impeachment. I don't want to even listen to the impeachment. We are spending way too much money and way too much time in this country on something that of so little importance. Get on with the business of government and just let the election decide in a few months. We got, 11 months left. 10 months and change or whatever it is. It's not long before we'll have somebody in place. It's a long time if you're 12 or 8 or even 16. 8 months could seem, 9 months, 10 months could seem like a long, long time. But when you're 70, time goes by like nothing. I mean, it was just this morning, a few minutes ago. I had to drive into Philadelphia. Had to go see one of my VA doctors. Very nice gentleman down there. But man, it must have been the day to be sick at the VA center in Philadelphia. Because there's a parking garage. It's a free parking garage. It takes a little bit of getting into. Philadelphia is not the easiest thing to traverse, getting around the whole VA center and everything. But anyway, I know my way in, so I got in, and the line was huge for cars trying to park. I ended up at the furthest end of the basement parking garage to the dead end section and just happened to get there as somebody else was pulling out. That's the only parking space I could find. I mean, there were cars in front of me that had, that were taking spaces as they became available, but mine became available all the way at the end. And when I got out of my car, there was 4 or 5 guys turning around, moving their car so they could go back the other way at the VA center. A couple guys were not happy. And I was a long way. I had to walk a long way. I was on the bottom level. I had to wait for, But a lot of veterans in there getting help. So it is what it is. I mean, we got a lot of veterans that need medical attention. And personally, I was a little disappointed in today's visit. Not so much in how my doctor was or how he treated me or anything like that. But I have noticed a general decline in the accessories that go with the Veterans Hospital in Philadelphia, the Veterans Center. For instance, they have kiosks all over the place where you can put in your information and verify your appointments and look at different things. And they all used to work very nicely. But all of a sudden I'm finding, I was in a location today and 3 of the 4 kiosks that I tried to use wouldn't function. I mean, you had to bang on them to get the screen to come up. You had to, on the one, it's a general deterioration, and it's all in maintenance. It's all in money. I mean, you just gotta have backup things and get the old ones out and plug the new ones in and send the other ones out for repair, but nobody's doing it. Very disappointing, actually, in that respect. Other than that, I've always had very good care at the VA hospital in Philadelphia. The last thing that they wanted to do, I declined, which was a colonoscopy, and it was just, I had already had one a while back, and it was not something I ever wanted to repeat, so I ended up declining that particular procedure. They were going to keep me in there for about 3 days because of the issues I had previously, and the fact that I was pretty sick at the time. But so I declined that. But and so I can't say that it would have been bad. I can't say that because I don't know. Could have been perfect. Could have been the greatest colonoscopy ever given to anybody ever in their whole lives. But I'm not about to take the chance on finding out if it's a good fit for me. But anyway, because I'm not getting one done here or anyplace else. I'm done having that particular procedure, and it'll kill me maybe, and maybe not. But whatever happens, I'm not sitting still for it. Pun intended. It was terrible. But back to the VA. They have been good to me. They've taken care of things that I needed to take care of. They're there if I need them. Along with Medicare and the over 65 the insurance that I have. Pretty insured up the wazoo, I guess, for me. Between the Veterans Administration and Medicare, the only thing left for me to do is die. And then I'll let the Army bury me. They can put me in the nice cemetery down there at Washington's Crossing on the Delaware there, with a nice new veteran cemetery. Put me in a little box and put me in one of those wall safes. I think that's what Susan has in mind. Anyway, I don't know. It'll be fine, whatever it is. Just a place for ashes to sit. People to come and knock on the wall and say, "Hey, you still in there?" Oh, goodness gracious. Another day, another video. Yeah, this. I went to the Veteran Center. I came back. I didn't. Yeah, no, I didn't go anywhere to speak of. Came home. I was going to go out to a couple thrift stores, but didn't get that done either. So it was a pretty incredibly lazy day, other than driving to Philadelphia and back. It was really a pretty lazy day, and pretty much a non-starter as far as having a conversation this evening. I can't even think about much to think to. I can't even think of much to talk about, truthfully. I'm. Today is just not a good day. I've been not feeling it. I don't even know what that means actually. But it's the goal, as I said it myself, was to do this every night, whether I felt like it or not, whether it was something that I could get into or not. The goal was to do this every night for a year. You know, it takes. I mean, I know I can tell already. It's going to take a lot of discipline on my part to do it. And it's something that I've never been good at, giving myself that kind of a chore and disciplining myself to do that thing. It's the hardest thing. My life's always been that way. My kids, I think Anne-Marie has an issue like that. Sam, not so much. I think he takes more. He's more like Susan than he is me. Anne-Marie is more like me than she is Susan. And that's going to be a problem in her life. Annie, if you ever listen to this, fight it, honey. Fight it. Fight the procrastination impulse if you can. It's not an easy impulse to fight. You're doing a pretty good job. I mean, believe me, you are doing a much better job than I ever thought possible. I mean, you and Sam are both my shining lights. But anyway, on to other things. Again, don't have a whole lot to talk about today. We're almost time's almost out anyway. The news is bleak. Nobody is. It's hard to even laugh these days. I find it very hard to laugh. I try to listen to as much comedy as I possibly can on TV or anyplace else, just to get some humor in my life. Because the reality stuff just isn't funny at all. I mean, it's funny in the sense that it's, it's not funny. It's funny bizarre, funny weird, funny all kinds of ways, but not ha-ha. And I need some ha-ha. I want ha-ha in my life. I don't know about you, but I like laughing. I don't want to be inundated with, the day-to-day things that are going on right now. I'm 70 years old. I've had enough of it. I've had enough. Oh my God. Haven't you? Hasn't everybody? Oh, I am so fed up. But hey, this is, God. That's it. I think today's video is probably the worst I've produced so far. And it's now time to say goodbye anyway. My 15 minutes are almost up. I can see the countdown clock counting down. So, good night. Thanks for listening if you did. Take care of yourself. Take care of your friends and neighbors. And love anybody that you can.